This tutorial is about making flip-ups, which are a common feature of point-of-sale boxes. This is a typical flip-up here. It's a piece cut out of an adjacent section which doesn't fold down but remains pointing up. So the question is, how do you make such a thing? Here we see the illustrated flip-up box in construction view. If I look at it in 3D, we see that this is a normal fold line and the flip-up, unfortunately, is hidden on the back of the box. So to fix that, we go back to construction view and we add to this section, which is where sort of the base of the flip-up, we add a machine step perforation. Flip-ups are made by starting with a perforation machine step. Now, this machine step has to have its two ends on the fold line, which we wish to have a section of not fold. So the idea here is presently this entire line folds, but we only want this lower section down here and this little bit up here to fold, and the rest should just stay unfolded. So we begin the perforation machine step here and add a few points. Okay. We can always drag the points if we don't like where they are exactly. So now I have to make sure to end it on the fold line again. And I say, now so I want to get out of create machine step. So now I right click on a point of this perforation and I say at machine step convert to flip up. Now it's possible here that you'll get an error which says that your 2 points aren't on a fold line. If you think that's, well, you may have made a mistake, in which case you can drag them there, or you may also just zoom it out a bit, and which reduces the finickiness of that test. I'll demonstrate those problems in a second. Okay, now this point needs to be adjusted a little, and this one, drag point. Okay, that's a bit prettier. Now, if I now go into a 3D view, we find that we have a flip up. We'll now show some of the things which can go wrong with making a flip up. Supposing that I want to add a flip up to this section as before, add a perforation, and I don't start very close to the fold line. Now that's about close enough. But this first one I think is far enough away to annoy it. So if I say convert to flip up, I have an error, which is start point is not on fold line. Okay, so I can bring this point down a bit, and I don't have to get terribly close because it will automatically drop the 2 endpoints onto the fold line. Let's just try that again. So we're going at machine step, convert to flip up, and still not satisfied. In that case, I can just zoom out a bit. Okay, so at machine step, convert flip up, and there it works okay. Another thing which I can do wrong when making a flip up is to try and select this section and then draw the perforation in it. So if I say perforation, and now I'm making my flip up as before. Now, unfortunately, I've made a fatal mistake, which is that I've drawn the perforation inside the section border. There's a fundamental rule, which is that the perforation must always be outside the border of the current section. So if I try and make a flip up now, I'll get this error message, which is fold machine step is bad. This means that the fold line I've drawn my machine step on is, my perforation machine step on, is not a good one, and the reason is that it doesn't actually belong to this section in which the perforation lives. So basically I'm trying to make a flip up which sort of folds back on itself here, and that's not the way you do it. I must instead put the perforation in this section. So let's just do the right thing and start here. Machine step, so perforation. Okay, and now we're seeing that we've increased the fill area rather than sort of doubling back. So that's the recipe for making a successful flip up, like so. Machine step, but to flip up. And now when we go to 3D, you should see this new rough flip up.